Hey guys, Whitney here, and we are getting so close to hanging with York and Zach again in Deadly Premonition 2, A Blessing in Disguise. Today, Rising Star Games dropped a brand new trailer that shows more game footage and is narrated by Francis York Morgan himself, Jeff Kramer. This trailer thankfully doesn't appear to be full of spoilers, unlike the original Deadly Premonition's launch day trailer, which not only spoiled character deaths, but also some of the in-game fights as well. So me, being the total Deadly Premonition fangirl that I am, you know I had to do another trailer breakdown video, and there is so much to discuss with this new trailer. First up, we see numerous shots of Le Carré, which, thanks to York's narration, I know how to properly pronounce.
Then come on down to Le Carré, a cozy rural town in the great state of Louisiana.
We see a cozy little residential street, a view from the deck of the Casa Pineapple Hotel, and even a couple new areas like the inside of a church and one of the murder crime scenes. There's also some quick shots of two of the game's minigames. The Bayou River Ride, which involves shooting targets on the river, and bowling at Alexis Bar and Lane. I wonder if York can get a cool custom bowling ball like the lady we see here. York is definitely living the high life with a rich Creole breakfast on the deck of Casa Pineapple. Looks like he's having an omelet, lobster, and grits, and wearing pajamas as well. I wonder if they were provided by the establishment, cause we all know York only packs suits and sleeps in his clothes. It wouldn't be a Deadly Premonition game without a bizarre murder scene, and the sequel-prequel definitely brings it, with a woman's dismembered corpse in a block of ice. We see snippets of an FBI team processing the scene, including one agent revving a chainsaw to cut the body out. But that isn't the only body shown, as we see several shots of a bloody body wearing red heels and a red dress. No telling if these bodies are one of several murders during York's 2005 investigation, a new one discovered in 2019, or maybe it's connected to the Lise Clarkson murder from 1943, only seen mentioned on the Toy Box website's teaser trailer. But if I had to make a guess, I think that the one encased in ice might be a new murder from 2019, given that in one of the released screens, we see the agents visiting Zach have a folder with a photo of what appears to be a close-up of a corpse on a blue-tinted background. Maybe it's the corpse partially freed from the ice block. Also, given that there's a team of FBI at the scene, and York seems to go and investigate places on his own,
I can't help noticing you prefer to work alone.
Most of the time, yes.
Don't you get lonely, flying all over the country alone?
I must say I've never felt lonely.
I think it's probably a new case that brings Agents Davis and Jones to the former Agent Zach's doorstep. One thing to note is that the body is found in what looks to be a storage area that has several wooden crates stamped with the dragonfly and the name Clarkson underneath. We've seen this same dragonfly repeated in several released game screens and in previous trailers. On the eye patch of the threatening-looking gangster guy, on Patricia's silver locket, and printed on hard hats. It appears to me like Clarkson may actually be an important family within Le Carré, maybe similar to what Harry Stewart was to Greenvale, and is a family that owns many or one of the main businesses within town. Given the silver locket with the firefly that Patricia Woods wears, it may also be safe to assume that maybe the murdered Lise Clarkson from 1943 might actually be a relative of hers. Unless, of course, she found the locket somewhere. Who knows? Continuing on, we also get a peek at some of the supernatural things happening within the town as well. There's flashes of some sort of creature slithering out of a pod hanging from a branch of a tree. Will this be a common enemy players will face? It definitely looks creepy. Speaking of the pod creature, is it just me, or does the man in the tan coat standing in front of it look a bit like Zach from 2019? We don't get a look at the face, but the hair and beard seem very similar to me, though the red lighting makes it hard to tell if the hair is actually all white. If it is Zach, I guess it's safe to assume that after the visit from Agents Davis and Jones, he makes a return to Le Carré, to maybe close the case, just like Agents Cole and Hart did in True Detective Season 1. What is really cool is we finally get a clear look at York's finger gun, which we've only previously glimpsed while he fights the gravestone guy in the announcement trailer back in September. It's really interesting given that it appears his entire right hand and forearm is wrapped in red vine branches down to the bone. It looks quite painful. I'm wondering if maybe it's a weapon given to him to fight the supernatural beings from some sort of entity he meets, and given the voices heard at the end of the trailer calling York's name,
York! Agent York! York! Agent York! York!
it sounds very much like the younger version of himself that he interacted with during the Greenvale investigation.
York! York! Don't breathe. Hold your breath. They can't see you if you hold your breath. Hurry. Like this. Cover your mouth.
I'm sensing a return to the Red Room. Will it be a young York, or maybe another supernatural being taking the form of a child and guiding York within his dreams just like the twin angels did during the Greenvale investigation? Only time will tell. Though, before we hear the voices, we do see a close-up shot of York's eyes. At least, I'm assuming it's York. And reflected in the pupil, we see him picking up what looks to be a single red seed. Does this mean we'll see Kaysen's handiwork in Le Carré? Speaking of which, with how much I looked at the game's amazing key art since the game's reveal, I can't believe I failed to see the obvious red tree symbol hidden on there along with the Clarkson Firefly and some alligators. These were spotted by the keen-eyed Varcall1 over on Twitter. Given the red tree symbol on the game cover, I think it's pretty safe to say that Kaysen, Willie, or another agent of the red tree will play a part in the serial murders. I really hope this means we'll get more backstory on the malicious red tree and its plans. Though, I do gotta say I'm a little sad there was just a focus on game cutscenes and not actual gameplay. Though, there's still time for Rising Star Games to drop another trailer before the game's July 10th release. And that's all that jumped out for me. What do you guys think of the new trailer? Did I miss anything? Are you as excited as I am? Let me know in the comments down below.